Good afternoon, I'm Graeme Walker. I'm here this afternoon to judge the North Eastern Hedgelaying match here at Thistleyhaugh Farm near Morpeth.
Can you tell us a little bit about the art or the craft or the skill of hedgelaying, what's involved in it and what you look for as a judge?
Well, hedgelaying is an ancient craft, goes back millennia, and it's been practiced widely throughout Britain up until the end of the 50s and 60s, when mechanisation largely came into farming, and it crashed dramatically then. But since the 70s, 80s, we've seen a resurgence in interest in the craft, and nowadays we have a fairly healthy body of traditional professional craftsmen working throughout the country. And what we're looking for here today, we've got two classes running. We've got an intermediate class and a open class for professionals and winners of other competitions. And we're looking for skill in selecting what we call the wood, which is basically the stems from the living hedge, how they are laid, skill with the hand tools, so the axes and the bill hooks, how they build their hedge, and essentially what we're looking for is a fully stock-proof barrier. So that is a hedge that doesn't require any post and wire fencing if it's built properly and grows properly. So we're looking for a stock-proof barrier and a great amount of regenerative new growth in the following seasons, which will thicken up the hedge and make it very dense, very woody, and a great deterrent to animals moving between fields. It's a fantastic addition to conservation processes, because in contemporary modern farming we've got great open fields that are essentially desertified. There's so much chemicals and pesticides, fungicides, insecticides put on them. There's very little in those fields, and very often all you've got around the margins are the hedges, which provide cover and habitat for native species. And by laying a hedge, you're actually improving that several fold, because you're creating a very dense, very welcoming habitat for the small mammals, the amphibians, and so on and so forth, and birds. And it increases the ecological benefit and the environmental situation by many fold. The National Hedgelaying Society has worked very hard since the 70s and 80s to keep the craft alive, and there are now dozens of professional hedge layers. It's a seasonal profession, so the guys tend to do other things during the other parts of the year, walling, stuff like that, tree planting, so on and so forth. But 2/3 of the competitors here today are all working professionally in the craft, and are well established and make reasonable livings, good livings in some cases, from that craft. So it's quite buoyant in that respect. More people are learning about the environmental consequences of doing it and its benefits, the ecological benefits, and it's becoming more visible in the public imagination. So it is moving forward, and we are getting young people coming in. We do have female hedge layers as well, so the craft is broadening. We could do with more young people, and this is our main aim now, is to get more young people into the craft to help us go forward now.